tapping in with me again today. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Cleveland. So welcome to the Fish Corner, everybody. If you're new to the channel, do a couple things for me before this video gets started. Hit the subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button for me one time. Give this video a big thumbs up. Now let's get into the video. So we are standing in front of, again, the 1,300-gallon Plywood Aquarium. Now this thing is an absolute monster. If you're new to the channel, you might not even know what I'm standing in front of. This is my freshly built 1,300-gallon Plywood Aquarium. It is 12 foot long, 4 foot front to back, and 4 foot tall. Now, like I said, this thing is a beast. My first ever plywood build came out really well. Now, in the last video, we were talking about scaping. I was showing you how I've been sinking the driftwood. I'm getting a bit impatient, y'all. I'm getting impatient. I want to see this thing set up finally, right? I know some of y'all want to see the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure these pieces of driftwood to some pavers, cement pavers, just like the cement cinder blocks that I have right here. And I'm going to sink them and basically get this thing scaped. Now, I'm iffy about all of the rock work. It's going to be kind of heavy. I feel like I might have to drain the water down in order to do it because, again, 4 foot tall, squatting down to situate the wood, not only am I going to get soaking wet, but I'm not even going to be able to see unless I have some goggles on, which I don't have any goggles. So I might have to drop the water down. I wasn't looking forward to that. So if I don't put the rock in there, that's because I didn't want to drop the water level down. That's going to really make this video get extended and take a lot longer for me to get it out to y'all. So I'm not sure, but what I will be doing in this video is situating the driftwood. Now, I bought a bunch of different pavers and paver caps. And basically what I'm going to do, some of these are going to be standing up. I want this wood to stand up so the fish can kind of swim around them, right? You get an idea? This one right here is going to be laying flat, draped up, going across rocks, things like that. Trust me, it's going to look extremely natural when it's all said and done. And if it doesn't look that natural to y'all, it's going to look natural to me. So, the wood has been developing some fuzz on it, y'all. So, it's like a mold, fungus, white film that typically coats your wood when you put it into a newly set up aquarium. Now, when you have an aquarium that's been set up for a while, you got bacteria and these microorganisms that will probably help you with keeping the wood from developing this fuzz, this mold. Since this aquarium is newly set up, I don't have anything like that in this aquarium, so we do have that. Now, it's harmless to fish. This aquarium doesn't have any fish in it right now, so it's not really a concern. It's unsightly, but over time, it will fix itself. And if it doesn't, then I'll take care of it. But it should essentially fix itself. So I don't plan on pulling it out and trying to do anything with it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to add the pavers up top while there's water in the aquarium. Once I remove them from the buckets, it should flow to the top. I'll have access to any side of the wood that I need. I could attach the paver, let it sink to the bottom. Now I'm not worried about that. Then we'll deal with the boulders. Somebody mentioned in a video a little while ago a new name for the fish room. You know, this is the Fish Corner, but that's a channel. We didn't have a name for this fish room. We have the all-white fish room. So with the red and black, somebody mentioned a good name, Dragon's Den. I like that. Why did they say the Dragon's Den? Well, because of the print, the scales along the Plywood Aquarium. Now, this is going to be an example of what the next aquariums are going to look like. The 600-gallon that's going to go over there. Well, correction, the 800-gallon that's going to go over there. The 450 that's going to go over there. And then the 3,000 that's going to go right there. It's going to resemble this. That's the reason why I only have the scales on the Plywood Aquarium, because I don't want it to go everywhere and then you don't really appreciate the scales when you see them. So when you see the scales, it's going to be on the plywood builds. So in case you didn't know, that's the plan for this fish room. We got an 800-gallon saltwater aquarium that I'm going to build over there. We have a 450-gallon African cichlid tank that I'm going to build over there. And then I have a 3,000-gallon that I'm going to build right here for all of the monster fish that I have in here, like a 32-inch arowana. So big plans to come. We'll get as much of that built this year as we possibly can. But this video, like I said, is about getting this thing set up. And then also, like I was trying to tell you about the dragons den, look at that right there. Look at that. This is really cool. I don't know if you can see the flame. It's a flame in there. But this is really cool. Obviously, I'll tidy up the wire or whatnot. But I thought this would be an amazing piece of artwork and decor to go on this beautiful aquarium. And I still have our killer shark right here. To be easier. So everything came in, like I was saying, everything came in. Remember I was saying that there were some things I was waiting on. So these are the window cleaners, magnetized, they float. They are rated for 1/2-inch glass, so make sure that you ever buy them, you want them to be rated for the thickness of the glass. Otherwise, they'll fall down all the time, things like that. I also went and bought 4 more circulation pumps. I should have had these sponsored, but I didn't. So yeah, bought these. I'm not really into doing but anyway. So I bought those, and the thing I like about these is that multi-direction. Each one could move anyway, so I could have this one pointing down, this one pointing up, which is going to be beneficial because like in this area right here, I want one pointing down, I want one pointing up. Same thing right here. I will want one pointing down or straight, the other one pointing up. So that's going to be really beneficial. I got 4 like that. I also purchased a Hygger heater. Now the thing about this heater, this one is, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1,000 watts. I'm only using, let me just confirm, I believe so. The box is right there. Yeah, 1,000 watts. So it's a heavy duty heater. I'm only using one 800 watt heater to heat the 800-gallon pool right there. And it works very well. It keeps it nice and warm. You know what I mean? Also the fact that, we're in the garage, but that thing is always warm. So yeah, 800 watts work good on the 800-gallon aquarium. I know 1,000 watt will work good on this 1,300. Now I don't need to have the temperature, 85, something like that. Just about 78, 76, 78 degrees. You know what I mean? So that's good enough. That's good enough. And the fact that it's inside of this garage, is going to also make sure that the temperature stay constant. But anyway, so those are the things I was waiting on. That's what I need to set up. So I might actually need to drain this thing. Luckily, I got a very heavy duty pump that I could use. I also got it plumbed into the drain line. So I also have the filter plumbed in to that drain line right there. So all I got to do is close that valve right there, open that valve right there, and then the water drains into the sink. This one right here, I'm going to plumb into the 240 to make water changes easier. But so that's the goal. That's the goal, y'all. I want to have all of these set up on drain lines where I could just open and close the valve, the tank drain. Just makes things so much easier, so much faster. Now I won't hold you any longer. Now it's time to get outside and add some holes into the pavers. And then we're going to screw them in, stainless screw them into these pieces of driftwood. Let's get to it. All right, y'all. So we got all the paver caps drilled. Now, as y'all might have seen, the back did blow out of each one, which I'm totally fine with. That might have been pressure. Nonetheless, I don't care because the screws, I wanted to countersink into the paver. So it won't be just flush or flat on the bottom and kind of, well, so it won't be protruding out the bottom. So these are the screws right here, and it has this hex head. So I didn't want it to be sticking out like this, right? I didn't want it to look like that. So now, that's perfect. So now it'll be just like that, sunken in. That's what I wanted. So like I said, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, how I was going to fix that. I was thinking about putting a bead of silicone on the bottom, but since they all blew out a bit, it's going to work exactly how I wanted it to work. Now, this is where the fun begins. So now, as you can see, I got the ladder right there. So now I just need to climb in and start, I need to climb in first and remove these buckets. And then I'll let all of the driftwood flow to the top. And then I'll start attaching these pavers. Now, like I said before, these things could go right into your aquarium, your pond. But if you're worried about any chemicals leaching out, allowing them to sit inside of the aquarium without fish will be beneficial. And I don't plan on putting fish in here for some time. Spoiler alert. Why? Because I don't need to rush to put these guys into this aquarium. It would be for content if I did. They're fine right there. And I don't want to pull the trigger on doing that until I'm actually ready to either build the 3,000 gallon or I'm ready to build the 800 gallon. So it's going to be empty for a while. And what harm is that, really, right? Want to make sure that this thing don't have any leaks. Want to make sure it holds up for the test of time. So not putting fish in there is all right. Now, I might get a little impatient. I might do it a little early. Who knows? But like I said, I'm just not in any rush. So if this thing sat without fish for another month, 2 months, 3 months, you know, I got other projects to build. You know what I mean? So this is just sitting, waiting, you know, for fish to go in there. I could build the 450 before I actually need to put any fish in here. And then I could wait a little while after that until I'm ready to move the 225 and move all the African cichlids into the 450 and build the 800 gallon aquarium before I actually have to worry about getting fish in there. But anyway, it's always things to be done. It's always things need to be done. So we're not in any rush is what I'm saying. So let's go ahead, get these buckets up out of this tank, and let's start screwing some of the driftwood to those pavers. Now remind you, I'm doing this solo bolo, so this will be a bit of a challenge. So I'll try to make sure that you're not seeing anything you don't want to see. And yeah, like I said, first thing first, isn't it amazing having an aquarium so large that got to climb on the ladder to get into it? You know, most people, when they build these plywood aquariums, they build them down low. They build them on the floor, things like that. Man, not us. All of my plywood aquariums, aside from that 3,000 gallon, is being built on some stands. And this stand that I built, it could hold 4 times the weight of this aquarium completely full of water as it is right now. So, yeah, make sure you overbuild and get your aquariums off the ground. Do you like your fish tank on the ground? I didn't think so. So don't put your plywood builds on the ground. This water is cold, cold, cold. Alright. Got the bungees off. Now I'm working on this green strap. There we go. Alright. Back to floating. Got a couple rocks in here and water. So I'll pull the rack out. Put that one right there. One more rock. Put it up there. Dump the water. Load up the rocks. Eventually they'll clearly have to go back in there, but for now, alright. Look at all that slime. Alright, y'all, so it might be a little time before I actually clean this aquarium out and do a water change on it. Because all of that fuzz right there, that slime that's coming off, it's either going to come off in the water column, or I will have to end up blowing it off of the driftwood and allowing the filter to pull it out. So, I don't know. I might not be able to get the boaters in here today. We'll have to see. But let me go ahead and get this bucket up out of here, and we're going to move on to the next step. But I don't want to have you watching every little step and it becomes redundant. I'll be right back with you. All right, y'all. So, as you can see, I took out the driftwood, brushed it off, got that slime off, and I attached one right there to the paver. So that's how I plan on putting it inside of this aquarium. Now, I still need to remove this big one right here, but, you know, save the best for last, right? So we'll do one of these together. Probably do this big one right here. And then I'll reattach, or then I'll attach. Probably do this big one right here. Then I'll attach the rest off camera. And then we'll go ahead and just place them inside. That's going to be a problem to take out, but it is what it is. Got to get to it. All right, so like I was saying, I want the bottom to be flat so it stands up straight instead of it sitting at an angle. So we're just gonna make it straight. That was some work right there, I'll tell you that. So that should be good. Let me see how it's sitting. That's much better. That's much better. Has a little lean with it to it. Lean with it, rock with it. But it's all right. Of course that fell. All right. So, All right, so now that we got that done, got the drill. It's just as simple as putting this on the bottom. Which way do I want it? That's a lot of character that way. So, just like that. And let me turn it over. All right. So just like that. That's about the center. And then just like that. And what you'll have is a nice log weighted down. Just like that. Got 2 of them done. I got 3 more to go. Let me go ahead, connect them all, take this out, get the pavers on that one as well, and then we're going to put them inside. Then we're going to figure out what we're going to do from there. All right, y'all. Got it all set up. Now I'm filling it back up. So now you get an idea of what I was going for. Like I said, those are about 3 foot, 3.5 foot. Same thing. I would have liked for them all to be taller, but it is what it is. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out. Definitely got a complete scape out of a lot of free materials. Can't beat that. Really can't beat that. Also have all of my circulation pumps in place. Heater. Now I just got to wait for it to fill back up. Obviously, it's going to take a little time for it to clear up. But overall, like I said, this is the look that I was going for. Now I can't wait to add some greenery in here. Got to have some live plants. Well, the fish may not allow me to have live plants, so probably won't be able to do live plants. Some fake ones would make this thing look a lot better. Some green, period, would make this thing look a lot better. But until we decide on what we're going to do as far as plants and things like that, you get a nice sneak peek of what it's looking like until we get to that point. Like I said, I'm in no rush to add fish into the Plywood Aquarium. When it happens, it happens. In the meantime, it's doing what it do. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's aging. The cement pavers are leaching out any, well, I'm not even going to say that. Well, it's aging. It's aging. It's withstanding the test of time. And overall, that's what we could ever ask for from our plywood builds. So once this thing is completely filled up and I got everything running, I'll get back with you. Hopefully y'all are subscribed to TFC with me. Aida just dropped a video, or she's dropping a video, giving y'all a little sneak peek of this right here. So get on over there, show some support. Make sure you subscribe. And in the meantime, between time, I'll get back with you as soon as this thing is filled up. I'll see you in a minute. All right, y'all, so got it all done. As you can see, circulation pumps are all running. I got 5 in here. And they kicking up, well, let's just say it's stirring up all the debris that's accumulated around the areas. And I'm really talking about the slime. So all that slime that's settled on the bottom, is kicking it up. Got a little bit back there. So I'm anticipating all of it to get sucked up into the sump. And like I said, I got a big filter sock in there. So hopefully it all just catches in there. And, you know, when the time comes, this thing is ready for fish. But overall, tell me what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this scape. I think it came out really good. Still got to figure out the greenery. Like I said, I want some plants in here, but I know the fish that I put in here will not allow any real plants. I try to stay away from the fake stuff, but I might have to put some fake plants in here. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I mean, everything else would be natural, right? But yeah, look at this though. Like I said, extremely different than all the other aquariums. And these are some really large boulders. It was a chore getting those boulders in there. But overall, I'm really happy with the result. Got the little algae scrapers sitting in place, so that means I will not have to constantly put my arm in the water to clean the windows. Those right there will work. I don't have the heater going yet because I don't plan on putting any fish in here anytime soon. That could come a bit later. I just wanted to get everything else hooked up, all the rock and driftwood in there, circulation pumps in place, window algae scrapers in place. Now I just want to see it clear up. I want to see this thing crystal clear again. So that's what I'm looking forward to over the next few days. Like I said, it's been a long day. I need to wrap up this video. I want to shower. I want to relax. Spend some time with Aida and Carter. And yeah, enjoy what's left of my night. Man, y'all. So like I said, it's been a long one. It's been a really long day, like 6 hours, 6.5 hours. So I'm beat. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm beat. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you were inspired by something. Again, if you're new to the channel, do a couple things for me real quick. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And everyone, if you like the video, like the damn video. Peace.